What's up, guys? British dude here. There's levels to this. Let me tell you, man, I love Sonic Racing ever since the original on the 360. And this game is exactly what I've been looking for, man. I've been waiting for a good ass kart racer again, and I can actually play it on other platforms. Cause my main kart racer for a while was Mario Kart, right? Cause it just had the best feel for me. You know, I liked it a lot, but the problem is it's only on Nintendo consoles. So you know, I had to be a Nintendo. I had to get the Nintendo Switch. The first one, I ain't get the Switch 2 and I won't. I'ma stand on that, right? I had the 2DS XL, going crazy on Mario Kart 7. On the Wii, Mario Kart Wii, I got a Wii U. I got OG Mario Kart 8 on it, right? But we finally have a good racing game that's next gen, cross-play, cross-platform, whatever. Even supports old gen like PS4. Like, bro, Sonic Racing Crossworlds beats Mario Kart World. And I'm gonna stand on that. And I'm sure y'all standing on that with me too, right? Now, the game isn't fully out yet. What we just played is just basically a network test. Basically what a network test is, the testing how the online will be with a lot of players. So they obviously made it completely free. Anybody could play. The game is coming out on PS4, but for some reason you couldn't play on PS4 for the network test. I'm sorry to the people that I told that you can play on PS4. Apparently you cannot play until the release date on September 25th, if I'm not mistaken. Overall first impressions, 10 out of 10 IG. Okay, let me not glaze. It's like a 9 out of 10. Because there's like some little problems, but like we gonna get that. You know, it's already better than Mario Kart World because it's not straight line simulator. This game is very quick paced, and I love that. Car racers like this should always feel fast and straight to the point. Save the long drawn out races, you know, for the more realistic car sims like Forza, F1, or Assetto Corsa, where, you know, tuning your car matters more. I mean, you should tune your car in this game. That's another thing, but we're gonna get to that. Making longer pace and make more sense for those type of games. You know, compared to car racers where you can just pull out a crazy item and change the entire outcome of the race, you know, making things chaotic real quick. But you know, that added speed, it keeps it exciting, you know, instead of exhausting. I feel like Mario Kart 8 had a good balance of pacing. You know, not too long, but not too quick either. But Mario Kart World is just very long, and an even longer game because of the transitions between courses. See, with Sonic Crossworlds, you transition between these cross worlds, then switch up the game for a little bit, and you're right back in it, and you're still racing the full 3 laps. You know, you actually get to enjoy the map, enjoy the music, and on the 3rd lap, there's like special pathways and shortcuts that open up. It's sick, man. They give you a lot to play with, and I love that. The package is very short and sweet, and it gives you a lot to do within those few minutes, and that's what makes it so much fun. Now, how the game felt to me, the mechanics and shit like that. Drifting is very fun. I'm not gonna lie, in Mario Kart World, the drifting feels nerfed to hell. Like, it feels neutered. I know that's a weird word to say, a weird way to put it, but it just doesn't feel cool anymore. It feels so pointless to drift in Mario Kart World. Like, compared to Deluxe, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you was drifting, snaking, it felt cool. It felt nice, smooth, clean overall, honestly. But in Mario Kart World, it's like, it's very slow, deliberate. It's like you ease into it. You get used to it quick. But you know, I want that instant, you know, adrenaline rush by hitting like a clean ass line. You don't really get that in Mario Kart World. You know, Mario Kart embellished that basically. Oh my god. Sonic Crossworlds, bro, you're drifting. It feels so nice, and you can counter drift. There's gadgets that let you drift better and like do stuff faster. Just like, and by the way, we're gonna get to the gadgets as well in a second. But just, oh my god, bro. it's just drifting gets so much love in this game. And I hate that Mario Kart World is like folded drifting so badly, because drifting is an integral part to these games. I'm sorry, bro. Drifting does a lot and it feels cool. That's just my opinion. Now, moving on from talking about the drifting mechanics, the ring system, or as some of us should mistakenly say sometimes, the coins. Let's be honest. We're all guilty of calling rings coins. Like it's fraudulent behavior, but we all do it. Let's be honest. Let's not lie here, folks. So this is the first game where the currency actually seems to work. Now, you probably asking what I mean by that. Well, in Mario Kart, right, there's actual coins, not rings, right? And Nintendo tells us that the coins makes us faster the more coins we get. Now, I almost always got max coins in Mario Kart. And I'm gonna be honest, no coins versus max coins, it feels like nothing. It feels like there's absolutely no difference. But in Sonic Crossworlds, I have 100 rings. I'm getting a significant speed boost. Obviously, I'm not going at Mach speed, but it actually feels like it's doing something, you know? I actually feel like I need to collect rings. I can't just ignore them because they actually help a lot, especially on those straightaways. Got 100 coins, you're going crazy on the drifting. What else do you need to be doing? You need to also be air tricking. Air tricking is very important in this game, and I mean, it's fun flicking my stick around 50 billion times while I'm in the air. You know, that gives me the dopamine I need, you know, to be honest. Now, if you've been paying attention to the gameplay in the background, there's 3 different types of boost. There's the yellow boost, which is a level 1 boost. It doesn't bring you that far, but it's a good, decent boost. You got boost level 2, which is the purple one. Good boost. It gets you a good distance. And then you got the level 3, which is blue. And there's also a level 4. Now, when you do air tricking can also give you a boost. If you do like a small air trick, you get the yellow level 1 boost. If you do like 720 degrees, you get a purple boost at level 2. If you go fucking crazy, get like a 1080, I think, or like a 2000 degree, you get the blue boost, which is that level 3 boost. And I mean, you're getting a free boost for just flicking your stick. You know, you want to be ahead, and air tricking helps so much by giving you that free boost just for flicking around your controller. And I know my Sonic Rider players are already familiar with this. I'm glad to see you back too. I love that game. Alright, so we got our core mechanics: drifting, rings, air tricking. Now imagine adding another layer. Imagine adding cheese to your bologna sandwich, and that's where the gadget system comes in. It adds that extra chaos, but also strategy to your gameplay, and you know, to obviously everyone else's, because they also have gadgets as well. Now, with the gadgets, you're not gonna just be able to slap a bunch of gadgets together and then boom, you win. That's not how it works. There is strategy to it, and you should know what you want going into this. If you're a big drifter like me, you're gonna want a drift gadget build. If you're a big item guy, like you rely a lot on items, unfortunately, yes, there's a bunch of gadgets that help with that, where you can get like more than 2 items. Like, you notice on the gameplay, I only have 2 like slots for items. There's a gadget that allows you to get 3. Adding on to the item spam chaos, it's a lot. So there is also gadgets that help you, you know, avoid that and make item spam more bearable, you know, with things that basically make it so like you can basically ignore getting hit. You can recover pretty quickly, but it takes up 3 slots on your plate. Now, the plates, I haven't said anything about the plates yet. Your plates are upgradable. It's basically how you load out, you know, your gadgets, where each gadget takes up a certain amount of space on the plate, and you gotta work your loadout around the, you know, those limits. You want a monster truck at the start, that takes up 3 slots. But you know, stuff that's more chill and doesn't really give you like an insane advantage, like, you know, air trick expert, that only takes up like 2, or like a boost to like your stats, like power boost, that only takes up 1 slot and it boosts your power stats. Now, that's just for like a level 1 power boost. There's also kits that make like I guess like a handling build better power wise or better speed wise that take up 3 slots. That's also something I should also explain as well. There's speed, acceleration, power, handling. There might be one more, but I don't remember. So you can either make a full handling build, full speed build, full, power build. And a lot of people have actually been saying on the law that power might be the move. But for me, I'm going like, a little mix of like handling and speed. If you lock in all the shortcuts, your lines, you be snaking, with the counter drifting, you can go crazy. But power builds also work too, because you can just go through everybody. Thanks to the gadget system, I actually think the items are overall really balanced. I feel like item spam will happen no matter what. It doesn't matter like how much you nerf an item or if you remove an item spam will happen. You will get advantage. That's kind of like the whole point, So there's no really good way to like make it less annoying besides adding things that help get you over that obstacle basically. But the monster truck, we gotta do something at least about the monster truck. Cause the monster truck, oh my god, it's so annoying. My fix for it, I would make it to where only one person can have a monster truck at a time, and the monster truck is not a starter item. You are wasting your time making it a starter item. You're wasting your gadget slots when you could be using more beneficial gadget slots. But it's still annoying to deal with like 5 monster trucks at the start, or for the people who save their starter monster truck for the end and then just get a free dub. I don't know what happened to the rest of the audio, but I'm gonna continue it from here. I've been mostly talking about how these things work online, but there's also a single player mode. Like most kart racers, you get Grand Prix, something different called Race Park. We don't know too much about that yet, and time trials with leaderboards that were active during the network test. The Grand Prix is how it usually is. You earn a gold trophy for getting first place on every race, and there's multiple difficulty levels. I already cleared all the Grand Prix you get access to on the max difficulty, and it was honestly pretty easy. The real challenge for me is online play. That said though, I've been playing these games for years, so it might feel easy because I'm a veteran. Racing games are just my bread and butter. One thing that does add difficulty though is the rival system. Each race you're assigned a rival. Imagine you're playing Sonic and Tails is your rival. Throughout the race, they'll trash talk. If they beat you, they'll rub it in. And if you win, they act salty. It's corny, but it's funny. And sometimes the back and forth gets wild. I love to see this system online, maybe with a small point boost for beating your rival. Even 2 or 3 extra points would make getting first or getting ahead of your rival feel more hype, especially when the points kind of become scarce in the higher ranks. When the game fully launches, there will be 4-player split screen locally. You can also squad up to 3 of your friends by adding them with their ID. It's way simpler than the hoops you have to jump through with Mario Kart World just to do some races together and then still be with each other after the fact. Online play ran pretty smooth overall, though sometimes I would get constant comm errors, and for some reason I would clearly get like a 2nd or 3rd, but then still get first. It was so weird, but hey, we take those.
Should have been first. Ah, well.
Wait, I was? I don't know, they might need some rollback. Now. Let me stop. During the Joker event, I got a lot of communication errors, but thankfully they're normally before races or after races. Once you get in a race, you're in that race beginning to end. Maybe some people experience like drawing races, but for me specifically, I only experience them before or after races. And the game's smart. If you got first place, and you got a communication error, the game does recognize you did get that first place and you'll have your crown. So whatever stats you gained during that session, you will keep that. If nothing bad happens, you just press OK and go back online. Simple as that. There's also a fair point system, and thankfully you don't have to worry if some BS happens because of a communication error. Nothing will happen to your fair points. Basically, the fair points kind of like the online. Basically, it's like to show like who's a bad sport, who's not. You know, if you have a very low fair point rating, you're clearly a bad sport. You disconnect from every game. You're not a team player. You have high, that means you play out all your games. You don't randomly go AFK mid-game. I probably only lost 5 points from pair points, and that's just because I was making some mac and cheese and the game just wanted to be super fast one day with loading and getting all the players sorted, and I ended up missing the game. I got kicked for being AFK and I lost 5 fair points. But that's, you know, it's not that deep. Personally, I don't think it's necessary for this type of game, because there's a competitive side to this game, but it is also very casual. Anyone can pick up this game. Even bad players can win against good players, and you'll notice that a lot. A legend rank will get 12th place. That's sad and tragic, but that, you know, it's just how these type of games work. And sometimes a guy like me that's B-, people wouldn't bat an eye. But I'm really like on the legend rank timing sometimes. Yeah, I'm not that crazy, but I'm good at the game. But yeah, I don't think, you know, it's that necessary, because whenever you leave a game or whenever you get kicked from a game, an AI replaces you. And because the game is so random anyways, with like the fact of items, I don't think it would be that deep if somebody left and somebody new joined or an AI took over. I don't think it's that deep where you need a fair point system or you need a bad sports system. And that's, you know, really my only critique about that, but it's not that big. Now, stepping away from talking about the mechanics and the online and stuff, let's get into the stuff that we're gonna, let's be honest, be spending most of our time doing. There is in-depth car customization and there's a bunch of cosmetics. Maybe I dragged with the in-depth, but like you can go crazy. You know, I've seen some crazy builds on the Sonic Crossworlds Discord server. People can make some cool stuff. Me personally, I try to make the Speed Racer car. I think I can get like a better M on it. I've seen people with a better M on it. I'm surprised like how much people know Speed Racer that's playing this game. Like I thought I was the only one that was really cooking with that, but you know, a hell of people had the same idea. But you know, I have my Speed Racer build. I have the Filski board, and I have that original recipe beetle that I made. That's completely, you know, all my, you know, just me just coming up with something clean, something fresh, you know? That toothpaste, you know, with that pinkish skin color type beat was the accent color. There's decals. Obviously, there's different parts of vehicles you can add on. It's not just like the old Sonic games where you only have the one car. You can only drive that per character. You can make whatever vehicle you want, customize it however you want. No two builds will look the same unless you're trying to like make like a movie car or something. Then most people probably thought about the same thing, but you know, you can really go crazy with the customization. Now, the customizing of decals and like custom liveries and stuff, it's not that crazy yet, but I feel like, you know, when they let us, it can go real crazy and we can get some nice ass designs on cars. But even with the stuff that we're limited to right now, even though I wish we could stack decals, I wish we could put decals on like the side of the cars. But you know, they have time to change that. They have time to put that in a patch. So I'm waiting for that. Now, not only do we have all that car customization and cosmetics, we're also getting a bunch of DLC characters, guest characters, that all come with their own vehicles, which means more parts for more custom vehicles. There's gonna be a bunch of free DLC characters. So far announced for the free DLC characters is Asune Miku, Joker, Ichiban from Yakuza, and some more that they haven't revealed yet. They probably gonna be doing a ton. And keep in mind, that's free. Now there's also, you know, premium DLC that comes in a season pass. So for people like me who bought the $100 edition digital deluxe at launch, when these characters solely become available, we're gonna get a Minecraft pack with Steve, Alex, and Creeper. So there's gonna be like, you can actually drive like a minecart. That's gonna be fire. We're also getting SpongeBob of all people and Patrick. We're getting Pac-Man and all the ghosts. We're also getting Avatar characters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters, and those are the premium DLC. That actually makes sense because they're from, you know, bigger IPs. The other characters, like the free DLC characters, obviously they're big IPs as well. These are IPs that Sega owns, so it makes sense why they're free. It costs them nothing to put their own characters in their own game. But I'm guessing obviously these other characters they have to pay a license for, and that's why, you know, those ones are paid. And if you pre-order the digital deluxe edition, not only do you get the season pass, you also get pre-order bonuses. So you get Knuckles, Tails, and Rose. They're counterparts from Sonic Prime, their evil counterparts or whatever. I haven't watched Sonic Prime yet, so I don't really know. And you get Werehog Sonic. Werehog Sonic really surprised me. And because like we're getting Sonic on these stages, and Werehog Sonic is a pre-order bonus. What we thinking, folks? Sonic Unleashed remastered this Christmas? 2026? What we thinking? Now hold your horses. I know me listing off all those DLC characters probably got you hyped. You already took out your wallet, you getting the MasterCard ready. But there was some performance issues while playing for a lot of people. So I just want to they'll most likely fix this before the game comes out, but I just want to get it, you know, out the way, be honest. So whenever the game would transition into a crossworld, I know we said we'd talk about that later. You guys probably seen it like 50 times now from the video. Basically, two rings appear. There's the left side, right side. One's random. One's a map that we actually know. The green little metal on top means there's like something freaky is gonna happen. Either we get quicker boosts or there's gonna be like, you know, a lot of boost rings. The thing with that, a lot of people struggled with those transitions. Those transitions are very resource heavy because they're basically switching from one map to another. And there's a bunch of effects, lighting. It's a lot. And it crashed some people's consoles. It would crash people's consoles. It would crash PCs. Some people can play the game just fine on PC, but they crash every time there's a transition. So they can't even play the game even though they can run it. And that's very, very bad. The fact that people can't run your game simply because, well, the main gimmick, basically. Now, this kind of thing, I'm sure they can easily iron this out and just optimize it, make it work better for lower end devices. Not even just lower end devices. It also was bugging out, you know, on console as well. Consoles couldn't handle this. Like, I was playing this on my Xbox Series X, like, not the footage in front of you. The footage in front of you is all PC because I had to get off my Xbox. On Xbox, my Series X, keep in mind, the most powerful console out right now, right? It just died. It almost died trying to go through a stage transition. And like, okay, I went through it. I got on the other side. I was fine. But the game became so choppy and the frame rate like dropped to like 4 or 5. It was bad. And I can only imagine what other people are going through with like the full-on crashes and all that. I'm sure that's pissing off people. Oh yeah, and if you're on console, just don't ever touch quality mode. Always play on performance. Quality mode looks amazing, but those dips and choppiness moments during the stage transitions and just like when a lot's going on screen, it's gonna boof the FPS. You're gonna have a bad time. No sans. It's a little bit cooked on console right now. It seems like the best edition of the game right now, console-wise, is like the PS5 version. Apparently, people on Switch 2 didn't have too much problems. It just looks, you know, Switch can't handle that, nothing crazy, so it doesn't look like amazing compared to PC and PS5 and Xbox. But like, I don't really hear anybody complain about the Switch version, performance-wise. Oh yeah, and a lot of people were complaining that the game felt too stiff and there wasn't really much of a sense of speed. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, all you gotta do, CJ, is change one setting. Turn your camera from classic to dynamic in the settings. It is a whole different experience, and all your complaints about sense of speed and stiffness will be it will dissipate. The stiff, even on classic, I didn't understand the stiffness thing, but you know, the sense of speed, I was like, okay, they might be right. But then I looked through settings, turn on the dynamic, sense of speed, boom, just like that. It never really felt stiff to me though. I did use like the spin thing a lot, so it's like my character was actively like moving with the motion. I don't know, I guess that's just like a personal thing. I didn't really feel the stiffness, even on classic. Camera should always be dynamic. I don't know why it's on default classic. You get me? So to wrap it up, this is already a long ass video. So if you're considering this game, just remember crazy car customization. We have access to decals. We can make some cool ass cars with different parts. Cool ass DLC coming out. You know, if you just get your settings right, try to learn the game, you be straight. Honestly, this game is way better than Team Sonic Racing and Transformed. I know Transformed might be a little controversial. A lot of people keep Transforming a special place in their heart. But I'm sorry, like overall, it goes the original Sega All-Stars Racing, well, Sonic Racing, but you get the point, right? It goes Crossworlds, then Transformed. Nah, actually, not even Transformed. Riders, then people gonna hate me for this. So yeah, Riders, then Transformed, and then TSR not even on the list, low key. But we not gonna talk about that. If you weren't paying attention to what I was saying, TSR, Team Sonic Racing, right? And also know $70 is a hard pill to swallow. But keep in mind, that is still cheaper than Mario Kart World in the Switch 2, and still cheaper than Mario Kart World, even if you already have a Switch 2. And it's objectively the better game. No, it's literally the better game. I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? Now, unfortunately, even though a lot of people do think it's worth the $70 now that they've played this beta, right, compared to the closed beta, a lot of people still can't afford that 70 like that crazy. And you know, some people just, they would rather buy 2K26, bro. They'd rather buy 2K25. They would rather buy FIFA 26, 25. I get it, bro. That's like your main game. All your friends play it. But bros, think about it, bro. This is a new exciting game. You should really be spending your money on this if you really think about it. But you know, besides people like that, I know like the genuine like can't afford like to drop $70 on a game like that. You got bills, you got stuff that need to go, you got stuff you need to do. You probably got school, you probably a broke college student. Knowing that, I love this game. I want this game to succeed. I might do a giveaway. I say like 5 days before the official release so people can get the pre-order bonus. Actually, no, that's only if you get the deluxe edition. So just, you know, a giveaway for the game in general. I'll do maybe 3 copies. 3 copies or 1 copy to a lucky subscriber. To enter the giveaway, just leave a comment. Obviously, subscribe, hit that sub button. If you made it this far, you probably like this type of content anyways. So to lock your place in the giveaway, just comment British dude is the best wave NA, and that'll lock your position in the giveaway. I might give away 1 copy or 3 copy, who knows? But I will definitely be doing the giveaway because I want people on this game. I love this game. It deserves the love and attention. They cooked with this. They just need to change like a few little things and it is basically perfect. It sweeps Mario Kart World. It sweeps any kart racer coming out. Just tell me, y'all, tell me. Oh yeah, and the best map in the game is Wonder Museum.